as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson buying time to his left. And his first look is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards. 1st and goal from the 3. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Seahawks nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now again, right side. It's Carson. And he stopped immediately there. Okay, 2nd and 1, you get nothing. What now on 3rd and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter that they know you're coming. You ought to be able to pick up this short yardage.
They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They run for it with Carson, and he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Backed up where they were on this side of the field, that was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wins? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play? How did they permit them to pick up a 1st down in that situation?
1st down, a run with Hyde. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
It's a gain of 5.
Now a give right side. Carson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and 5.
Now it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 37. A Seahawk first down as Wilson finds Lockett. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
And that's good for another Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Ravens 7, Seahawks nothing.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
2-yard line.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown Seahawks. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Ties the game at 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Steps away. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
Returnable for Lockett. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Peters on the tackle.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Carlos Carlos Hyde taking it in. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 48 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Jackson flushed out right. Touchdown, Ravens.
Jackson on the keeper.
Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Tucker now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today.
He's got a man. Complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 78 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise. Because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson forced out to his left. He'll run it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
They're throwing it on 1st down, but no one was open, so he gets flushed out of the pocket, runs towards the sidelines, gets out of bounds with a good gain and a 1st down.
Sliding out of the pocket. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the 1st half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
As we do every week, we like to look ahead to what's coming up week 4 in the NFL, and no shortage of good matchups again. I'm going to start, though, Charles, with one that is not really an intriguing matchup because they're two good teams, two 0-3 teams, Denver and the Jets. Vic Fangio and Adam Gase, those coaches, they both need a win in a big way.
You got that right, and both of them have really struggled in the early going. Denver lost their quarterback, Drew Lock. He's supposed to be gone for about a month or so, and they're playing with Jeff Driscoll right now. And it's really, really tough for the Jets. Hard to find anything that's been positive early.
And then a couple of other ones on the other end of the spectrum. Pittsburgh at Tennessee, both 3-0, and a late afternoon game on Sunday. New England at Kansas City. That should be a good one.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the third quarter of action. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They run again with Carson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, switching gears, CD, one thing that I saw on social media this week that we need to pass along, if we could switch sports for just a minute, LeBron James has got the LA Lakers into the NBA Finals, of course. It'll be his 10th ever appearance when they'll be taking on the Miami Heat. But what caught my attention was a post of LeBron's on social media of what he does every night while in the Orlando bubble. He settles down with a nice, refreshing beverage and fires up a game of Madden. So we had to give him a shout-out and wish him good luck.
Hey, good luck to LeBron and the Lakers. What a great final taking on the Miami Heat. So he and AD taking on Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, what they call him, buckets. What a great NBA final. Hope you guys have a blast, and LeBron, keep playing. We love it.
That's good for 28 yards.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On first down, it's Carson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Ravens' 28-yard line.
Toss left side, high. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now Wilson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's a quick slant to Lockett. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's Carson. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Carson
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6 from the 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Now it's 2nd and 9. Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down, Ravens.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz. Too fast to handle.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd.
Complete to Mark Ingram.
He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
Baltimore.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
After the interception, here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of the night. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Ravens 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there.
Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got it, no.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Take over first.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Flush to his right. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
And Jackson throwing once more. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now, it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game, they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Jackson from the shotgun. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further.
Ravens 22. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Lockett on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride. Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. On 1st down, Wilson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Wilson.
Justin Matabike
In there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
They don't know my name. I get through the